Hey everyone, this is Fuzzy from His and Her Play, and with the new announcement of the Resident Evil 1 remake being re-released again for the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, and PS4, I thought I'd take the moment to kind of go through my Resident Evil collection, seeing which it's one of my favorites. So, yeah, let me just back up a little bit here. Well, there's the games, and there's a bunch of other stuff. So, I thought I'd take this moment and go through some of the stuff that, I know about the series and my favorites and other stuff about it. So, let's get started. I'm going to go in chronological order instead of release order, because that's how I have everything organized in here. So, I guess first off is Resident Evil 0. This one was released on the GameCube first, and then on the... wow, I'm out of focus. And then on the Nintendo Wii, in the archive sections. It was kind of a weak entry in my mind. They got rid of the magic storage boxes, and it did have an innovative way of being able to switch between the two characters, Rebecca and Billy there, at any time you really wanted to. So it's kind of like having double the storage space, but sometimes you did get separated. So, I mean, it was an okay, unnecessary prequel. But it was an okay series. Alright, then we move on to the main one. Which are these two big boxes right here. Resident Evil. I have the big old box there. And then I do have it back here. My wife hates this one because she hates that face, but that's for the Sega Saturn. This game is what started it all for me. When I first played it, I was like 11 years old. And it scared the crap out of me. It actually made me turn the console off, and I didn't play it for a while because it freaked me out. But, get in there. But then it was later re-released as the director's cut, which I have that one there, and this one. They had the demo disc for Resident Evil 2 on it, which was pretty cool. This just added a little bit more blood. It didn't really change anything that substantial. This is the greatest hits copy, unfortunately. I don't have I have the original regular one there. Then, the reason why I bought a GameCube was the Resident Evil REmake, which was released obviously on GameCube, like I just said. And then, sorry, trying to film this on an iPhone and do this one-handed. Hi, Sunny. And then re-released again with the Resident Evil Archives Resident Evil REmake. This is the way a remake needs to be done. This was a fantastic remake. They updated the graphics. They changed just enough to keep it fresh and new without just being a copy, but at the same time, kept very true to the original, and the graphics still stand up. Continuing on, Resident Evil 1 was again re-released again for the DS, Resident Evil Deadly Silence on the DS. This was going back to the original graphics again. Well, there we go. And it had the original game and then the rearrange mode, which added some other puzzles to it, which was kind of cool. I'm actually playing that right now because I'm bored. Oh boy, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 is probably my favorite. It came with 2 discs. You got to play as Claire Redfield and Leon Kennedy. There it is for the DreamCast. Here's the one on the GameCube, which is actually what Phoenix is playing right now while I'm doing this. And then this is just one of the demo discs I got for 3. So that's what that one is. But also, it was not only just released on the PlayStation, Dreamcast, re-released on GameCube. It was also released, you can kind of see it down there because it's really freaking dark, released on the Nintendo 64, and the one that always seems to surprise everybody, it's right up there, it was released on the GameCom system. I think I have some footage of it because that one's unopened, but I do have footage of it. I will put it up right now. It was... It left much to be desired. The backstory behind that one was the fact that it was going to be a they were supposed to make a Game Boy Color version of the Resident Evil original, which there is footage out there, but it was not well received, and then they went to that one, which was even worse received. Okay, then we go on to Resident Evil 3, which again was released on the GameCube, re-released on the GameCube, the PlayStation, and the Dreamcast. I'll just put these two back and talk with this one. Again, nothing was really made different for the GameCube. I think they redid a little bit of the graphics, or something, but not really much. It's still a really fun game. This one introduced Nemesis, obviously you can see him right there, and it made the game freaking huge. Like you were going all over Raccoon City. Next on the list, I'm just going to put these two out together. The Resident Evil Outbreak series was an interesting idea, a way of making it online gameplay between people when the PS2 first came out with the modems. But yeah, it wasn't... It just seemed kind of weak with the gameplay. I mean, it was still fun in my mind, excuse me. It was still fun, but wasn't the greatest. Operation Raccoon City. Besides it being, not well received, again, I enjoyed it. I played it. I enjoyed it. It was fun for me. I played with some friends of mine, and it was enjoyable. When we get to 4, that's when I'll talk about what's the issue with these. Now we're going into some better ones here. Resident Evil Survivor was a very weird one. It was done in the style of House of the Dead, actually. It was a first-person shooter, and really was no save states. I have beaten it. It was a pain, but it was also fun. I'll probably redo that as a Let's Play later. Then, of course, you got Code Veronica on the DreamCast. This one was started in the Gun Survivor series, I believe is what it's called, like Gun Survivor, which actually spun off into its own thing, but when it got released onto the consoles in the United States, it got changed to Code Veronica. And then Code Veronica X. This one's basically like the director's cut of Code Veronica, and I have it for the GameCube too. It was pretty cool playing as Claire and going through a whole nother story. That one was actually pretty interesting. Umbrella facilities, capturing people, so on and so forth. Next on the agenda is Dead Aim. This one was ambitious because if you look here, if the camera focuses, if you look there, it's a first-person view, but it's technically like a hybrid. It's a first/third-person view, like standard. But when you're walking around, it's a regular, like you see the character. But then, excuse me one second, I'll adjust the mic here. When you see the character, but when you aim, it goes into the first-person mode. And they had the zombies walking back and forth, straggling, so it made it harder to make a headshot. The Dark Side Chronicles and the Umbrella Chronicles were rail shooters. I believe these were fun games. These were fun. They were great to play when you had friends over, because it was like House of the Dead, and it was fun. I mean, it didn't take them too seriously. It showed a little bit of backstories, like the Umbrella Chronicles, of what was going on. But not much to really say about them. It relived the other parts of the... it went through all the series up to that point. Now, Resident Evil 4. I'm going to go on record and say I love Resident Evil 4. I have it on all 3 of the consoles right now. I love the series. I love this game. This game took it to a new level. I'm just going to put 2 of these back and hold up one for the time being. Hold up the Wii version. It was innovative. It was different. It was awesome. Unfortunately, it led us down the wrong path in the series and never went back from here. So, Resident Evil Revelations. I actually don't have the Wii version, which is I think one of the only ones I don't have. But here, I'll just pull this one out. Revelations took a step back, even though it was like one of the most recent releases. Like it's after 6, but in the story mode, in the storyline, I believe it comes after 4. With Chris and Jill, because in 6 Jill's already captured, and in this one she's not. I could be wrong with that one. I haven't really looked into it, but this is where it ended up. This one took a step back and went back to the roots of Resident Evil, and I really enjoyed it. It made me feel more like I was playing the original game rather than this atrocity. This one's the gold edition. This one drove me nuts because it just took the whole story, and granted it was cool, but it turned it away from the horror aspect and just made it a Call of Duty in my mind, which just sucked. Resident Evil Mercenaries, not much to say. Not much to say about that one. My big gripe, everyone seems to have a really big gripe with this one. The Resident Evil 6, yeah, we all know what the logo looks like. We don't need to go there. Resident Evil 6 had like 3 different stories, and you could play each story twice through a different character. Actually, different paths. Leon's was the only really good one on this one, I felt. Chris's was run and gun, where Shelly, little Shelly up there, her story was kind of interesting to me, but overall left, it didn't really satisfy me that much in that aspect. So, well, that's the games. Oh, I did forget one. Crap. Resident Evil Gaiden on the Game Boy Color. We did get a portable game of Resident Evil. This one, you star as Barry Burton. I mean, you play as Barry Burton. Barry! You play as Barry Burton there. And you're on a ship, so it's kind of like Dead Aim, but not. And it's this weird RPG-style battle system. And it's kind of really, it's just weird. But, I mean, it was a fun. I'll probably do that one as a Let's Play, too. I probably won't beat it again, because it was just really annoying. If there's any of these Resident Evil games that you want me to do a Let's Play of, minus that one, because I don't have a game comp or any way really to videotape it or record it. But everything else here I can play. Let me know, and leave a comment below if you like this video. I can go through more of our collections. And I guess until next time, this is Fuzzy, and Phoenix is upstairs. Keep gaming.